Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have the beginning of my paper pumpkin alternatives. And I say the beginning because this kit is just so amazing. It is so beautiful that I've created 5 cards so far and I want to keep working with it. So today is the first of my paper pumpkin alternatives for this month, for August, and the kit is called The Gift of Fall, and it is absolutely a gift. It is amazing. So I will be back on Sunday with part 2 of my paper pumpkin alternatives. And there's just so much to work with. It would be a shame to do a short shrift on this, so I'm going to do 2 videos on this one. And so let's just get started. Here is the paper pumpkin box. Again, it is The Gift of Fall, August 2019. Now, this kit is meant to make 6 gift bags. There's 6 craft gift bags, and they look like this. They're just as cute as they can be. Make a cute little treat bag for Halloween or for gift giving or for Thanksgiving or for just about anything. And I haven't even begun to start working with that yet. There's so much material in this kit. There are 6 craft bags, 12 sheets of die-cut leaves. And let me show you, I've taken mine apart. So these are the beautiful die-cut vellum leaves that are included in the kit. So I'm going to set those there. Then it is 10 yards of seam binding ribbon in crushed curry. And here is the seam binding ribbon. It is absolutely luscious. The colors on this are so rich. It's just amazing. So there is the seam binding. Then there is 17 yards of linen thread. So tons of linen thread. Then, let's see. I'm just going to pull them out here. I'm not going to go down the list. This is another set of vellum cut out pieces. Isn't that gorgeous? Then there are these circles which make a beautiful wreath. Then there are plain Mary Merlot circles that you can use as well. Then there are gift tags or tags, these colorful tags that have all of this beautiful printed material on it. Then there are plain white tags that come with the kit. Then there are these tags and these tags that you can make some of your sentiments from. Then there was the opportunity, let me see if I'm missing anything, and the Stampin' Spot this time is the Mary Merlot, and let me show you the stamp set. Let me put something behind this so you can actually see it. There we go. This is the stamp set that comes with this kit, and it says, "Happy Thanksgiving, grateful for a family like you, thankful for friends like you," this beautiful berry sprig, and then the word enjoy here. And so that is the stamp set that you're given to work with here, and it's really kind of fun. Then let's see what else is in here. There's 200 adhesive dots, 100 dimensionals, 180 gold sequins. And the sequins come in 2 sizes. These smaller ones, oops, I've got stamps attached to the top of those. So we've got some smaller sequins and then we've got some larger sequins here. And then there were these leaves that are die cut leaves here in this pattern paper with the Blackberry Bliss. Isn't that interesting? So there's those leaves, and then there is these leaves that are the same kind of thing, die cut leaves, and there's a page each of these different colored die cut leaves. And then there are leaves that look like this out of crumb cake, and there is a whole sheet. I think there's 24 of those leaves also. So there is plenty of material when you get this far. But in addition to that, this time you were permitted to buy a second add-on piece that had 24 note cards and envelopes. So there's one of the note cards, and here is another of the note cards. So there's 12 each of these beautiful little, this one's a color wash, and this one's got this absolutely stunning wreath on it that's on Pretty Peacock. And so this is just, I mean, it just kind of goes on and on. And then the envelopes for this set of note cards is also pretty spectacular. Let me grab one of those. That is the envelope that goes with these cards, that you can just make up some of the note cards and use the stamp set that you've got plus other things. There's a couple of other stamp sets that we have in our regular material that also would coordinate pretty well with this, the Colorful Seasons, that has leaves and kind of fallish looking kinds of things in it. Anyway, this is what we have to work with, and like I said, I am just absolutely beside myself here with all of the things that you can do with this amazing kit. Stampin' Up! Has really stepped up its game on these paper pumpkins. I'm telling you, this is just absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you the 5 cards that I've made so far. And then when I come back on Sunday, I will have at least 5 more cards, and I will have gift tags. I'll do something with the bag. I'm not sure it'll be a bag by the time I'm done with it, but you will be able to make a variety of different kinds of projects using the material that we were given. This is the first card that I've made with this kit. And what I did was I took one of these beautiful tags with all of this color. For me, this is an awful lot of color just to be right on top here. I mean, that's just, it's a lot of saturated pattern and color. And so what I did was I cut this tag in half, and there's a little hole here you can see where you would put your twine through to attach it to your bag or to a present or whatever you're going to attach it to. And what I did was I cut on either side of this little hole all the way down, and ended up with a little bit bigger piece than this. And so and then I cut that into half of this into, and it cut off the banner tails at the bottom and cut them into 1/2 of it into 1/4-inch strips. And I laid those 1/4-inch strips along my piece of crumb cake. And what I did when I got started with this kit was that I grabbed samples of all of the coordinating colors. There's the crushed curry, there's the crumb cake, there's the calypso coral, there is the pretty peacock, let's see, there is mint macaron. Let's see, what other colors are there? Of course, Merry Merlot and Blackberry Bliss. And so here I have the Blackberry Bliss and I have some of the Mary Merlot, and I have some of the Old Olive. Let's see, crumb cake, crushed curry, Mary Merlot, mint macaron, Old Olive, pretty peacock, and soft suede. And so I have a piece of soft suede. And what I did first was pull out all of my coordinating colors in the cardstock and the ink, and then started putting combinations together, because as you can see, if you lay some of this vellum on these various things, it's absolutely just stunning. And so there's so much to work with here. It's kind of hard to know where to start. My goodness, there's just, and look how beautiful that is with every one of those colors. These fall colors are just gorgeous. And okay, I could live without that one. But all of the rest of them are really pretty stunning. And so there is an opportunity to just do all kinds of crazy things with this. So that is how I got started with this, because people always ask or make comments on my videos for my paper pumpkin alternatives that they don't know where I come up with all of my ideas. Well, I start by putting everything out where I can get my hands on it, and then start pulling things together. Anyway, so this is what I did with the first card. Then I used one of the Mary Merlot circles, a couple of the brown leaves, and then this piece is actually cut from the top edge of the envelope. You know me, I can't leave anything alone. So I cut, I think it was a 1/2 inch strip of the envelope top here and just trimmed it off, and I thought it had added a little something to the pattern here. And then I put a piece of Old Olive underneath it and stamped my Happy Thanksgiving there, and on the inside I took 2 more strips, 1/4 inch strips of that tag, and put it on the inside. I left the insides pretty simple. So let me bring out the next one that I did. This one I made by cutting off one of these card fronts for these note cards. I just sliced it right down the middle here at the place where it folds, and I mounted that on a Calypso coral. I loved the way the Calypso coral then just pulled all of those beautiful colors out of this wreath. And then I decided to put it on a piece of soft suede. Now, this, I put the seam binding across here, and I tied a little piece of twine right in the middle so I could cinch it tight. And then I took the twine and I made a 4-layer bow and a 2-layer bow, and then stuck them all on here because I like the idea of the riot of the tails going all over the place here. And I used one of the large sequins in the middle of my bows here. And then I took one of these, and I don't even know if I showed this, but this is another of the tags that you can use. And on this one, what I did was I took some of that beautiful new ink that we have available, and this one isn't the right one. I used the gold ink. I used the metallic ink to, and I'll bring it up here so you can see it, to stamp my Happy Thanksgiving on my crumb cake tag. And I thought that was really, really pretty. And you can, I don't know if you can see that, but it adds a little bit to the sparkle on the card. And on the inside, I just layered a piece of crumb cake, and I put a piece of that ribbon across the bottom here. Now you could do a little bit more on the inside if you wanted, but I was looking for simplicity. So that is the second card that I made. I'm going to save my favorite one for last. This is the next card that I made, and again, I cut the card front from one of these wonderful cards that they've given us in the add-on kit here, and again sliced it right off, and I centered it on a piece of Calypso coral, and then it has this cute little kind of crumb cake edge here So I went ahead and put a piece of crumb cake behind that, so it's got many layers here. And I took one of the wreaths from one of these pages here. I mean, we've got 24 of them, and we'll do a lot with them. And I just kind of fussy cut around the edge of that wreath and kind of tucked it over to the side and used the vellum pieces here and put some of that seam binding across here. And then on the inside, I used one of these, again, one of these on the inside. And I thought that right now it's a note card, and this would be a fun one to put Happy Thanksgiving on the inside of this one. Or you could just leave it a note card. It makes a lovely little fall note card. Then, let's see, this one, I used that beautiful large circle that has this wreath on it. It's the same kind of wreath that's on this one, but it's on the crushed curry. And then I tried to figure out how to back it, and I finally ended up using the wreath die from one of our new sets. It was the only thing that was big enough to go behind that, and I thought that would be kind of fun to put the Blackberry Bliss behind that and pull out the little bits of Blackberry Bliss that are in this wreath here. And I put it on a piece of crushed curry. There's a piece of that envelope again. Now, the berry stamp that comes with this set, I just stamped on either side of this, and then I used the Merry Merlot to go around the edges of this, and I used my marker to put some definition on the leaves there, and then kind of cover them a little bit with the Merry Merlot. And on this one, I started with the Merry Merlot and then put a little bit of the Blackberry Bliss around it so that it would match the wreath, because I started to do those before I figured out to use the wreath. And I thought that just made such a pretty statement. And it's not centered, but I kind of like the offset look of it. And then on the inside, I stamped that little berry sprig, and then I used some of my markers. That was the other thing I did, was I took out all of my markers that have the colors in them that go with this kit, and I colored in some of those berries a little bit like this sprig here that has multiple colors. And I used several of the colors so that some of the colors from the outside would be drawn into the inside. So that's card number 4. Now, my 5th card so far, I think, is my favorite of the cards that I've made to this point, and that's this one. And I used a piece of white cardstock here, Whisper White, and I put these pieces, I fussy cut right out of the front of this envelope. Isn't that gorgeous? So what I did was I just fussy cut around the edges of this and put 2 of them, one on either side of this card. And then I used this tag that comes with it, and I stamped "Grateful for a Family Like You" in the Merry Merlot on this side. Then I took another one and cut it in half and spread it apart so I could have a little bit of the brown on either side of this. And then I used our punch that has, and I can't remember the name of it, I'll put it down below for you, this label punch here, and I don't have this one marked. And then just cut that in half and moved that to the edges, so I picked up just a tiny bit of this beautiful peacock color. I'm absolutely in love with this peacock color that we have this time. It's absolutely just stunning. So that's what I did with this one. I put one of those vellum leaves on here, a few from the Woven Threads sequin mix. We have this beautiful, pretty peacock sequins, and so I used some of those instead of the gold from the kit because I thought it complemented this card a little bit better. And on the inside, you see I just did the sprigs. Now this one would be kind of fun to go back and color in using my pretty peacock marker. And I'm using the marker on these because I don't want that color to come through, so I didn't use my blends on this one. But that is card number 5. And like I said, I have barely put a dent in it. So thanks so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. What will happen is that I will come back on Sunday with at least 5 more cards, and then I'll bring these back so you can see all 10 cards that I've come up with for this kit now, and it's be at least 5 more cards. And I'm going to do some tags. I'm going to do something with the bag, so there will be quite a bit. And I'm going to do a giveaway. I have an extra paper pumpkin kit, and so we will do a giveaway for those that share the video, and I'll do it from the one on Sunday, and you'll get the paper pumpkin kit plus the add-on kit of the 24 cards and envelopes. So it's a nice giveaway. So that's what we'll do on Sunday when I'm back with the rest of my material from this suite, this beautiful, beautiful kit. Let's see, this is August, so we have a few days left. If you haven't cashed in your coupons that you earned in July, you have to get that done by the end of the month. In August also, the join offer for joining Stampin' Up! That's $165 for $99 is good through the end of the month. I'd love to have you on my team. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. So that's pretty much it from me today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so that you always get a notification when I put a video up. So again, I will be back on Sunday with 5 more cards at least, and some additional projects that you can do with this wonderful, lovely, rich colored kit. See you soon. Bye.